Shalom Abracha. Tonight it's Hoshana Rabbah. It's a special night tonight and tomorrow all day before Simchat Torah. And tonight, not only it's a very important night, but we compare the night of Hoshana Rabbah like Kippur. And of course, this lecture is in the memory of Deborah Bat Clara, Zechrona Livracha. And in the Kabbalah we say that not only the life the people who are living are being decided about their future for the year coming, but even the people that pass away in the year, tonight, up there they decide where to be. That means they are already somewhere, but according to all mitzvot that will be doing, their family, or the people that they know, like tonight, Be'ezat Hashem, there will be thousands of people that they will be listening to me, a shiur that I will say in the memory of some people. So can you imagine the benefits that the people who passed away last year, the benefits that they can have? Not only the people who passed away last year, even people who passed away 1,000 years ago, 2, 3, 4, never mind. So, my friend, the question is, what exactly is tonight? Why we know that Rosh Hashanah and Kippur are the days of judgment, and Rosh Hashanah and Kippur are the days that Hashem decide what's going to happen. And we know there is Sukkot, and Sukkot, we call it Zman Simchatenu. What the meaning of Zman Simchatenu? There is few holidays in the year, but the best holiday that the Torah mentioned that we have to be happy, it's Sukkot. We call it Zman Simchatenu. Pesach, it's the holiday of our liberation. Shavuot is the holiday of the Torah that we receive. And Rosh Hashanah and Kippur, they are holidays of judgment. But Sukkot is the holiday of joy. That means, why a holiday of joy? Because we have emunah. That Hashem said, oh, look, trust me. We have emunah on Hashem. We trust Hashem. Even all the problems that we had this year or last year, the Shoah, never mind all the problems that we've been through, we still have emunah on HaKadosh Baruch Hu, like Avraham Avinu. Avraham Avinu, alav shalom, with all the problems that he had, he never complained, he never asked Hashem why. Never asked. I know that there is a big rabbi, the Tzantz Rebbe, that the Shoah, the Nazi, they killed his 11 children, his wife, his parents, everybody. And he said, when they asked him, a few years ago, Baruch Hashem, he is the only one who remained alive, and he made a commitment that if he remained alive, he will build a hospital. And Baruch Hashem, he remained alive, and he built the Laniado Hospital in Netanya. Today is one of the biggest hospitals that we have in Israel, Laniado, in Netanya. So, you see, when they ask him, what it is your feeling about what happened to your family in Germany, in Auschwitz, he said, the German, they wanted to disconnect me from Hashem, and they put me more connected to Hashem. I lost my wife and my 11 children, but my love to Hashem is become more and more. The German thought that as a rabbi, as I was, it's finished with my belief in Hashem, and my belief in Hashem went strong. So even the Satmar Rebbe, he had the same. When I don't want to go into details about all. We know one thing. Of course, unfortunately, there is some a lot of Jewish people that they lost their faith, their emunah because of the Shoah. But Baruch Hashem, Am Israel Hai. Am Israel Hai. I never forget, and never forget, never forget. When I was in Los Angeles a few years ago, maybe 25 years ago, I had to go to put a mezuzah in one building, and there was there a woman that she was the secretary of the owner of the building. When she saw me, she was about at her 60-year-old. When she saw me, she started crying. So I thought maybe she was crying for something, I don't know. And then she wanted to see me. She told me, when I saw you, you remind me of my father. And you remind me of my grandfather. That they had a beard, a head. And since a few years, I was disconnected with the religion because my father lost all his family. And when he came to America, he cut his beard and he became a non-religious man. So we are Jewish only by name, but no religion at all. And when I saw you, it was very hard for me to stop not to cry because I still have some pictures of my parents and my grandparents, and you remind me of them. So I told her, now that I remind you of them, there will be any change on you? She looked at me. She said, I'm sure if my father was alive, he would change. I am sure that all what he did it only because of anger. He didn't think what he was doing. A lot of people. That's why we said, Sof ma'aseh b'machshavat tehila. Before you do something, think what you want to do. Don't do without thinking. Think first. Then you can do. A lot of times people, they don't think before they do something. And then they do it. And then they can't do it. And they don't think about it. And maybe one day they will regret. But it could be too late. So to the madam, now that you have some tears that they came from your eyes, because it reminds you of your grandfather, it reminds you of your father because before he cut his beard. So this is the time. My friend, I don't know what happened at the end of the story, but one thing I tell you, that HaKadosh Baruch Hu give us Sukkot. Sukkot is a time of joy. Why we call it the time of joy Sukkot? What it is the reason? What it is the reason? Well, because we have Emunah. That Emunah that we have, like last year. Last year, we had Sukkot. We've been happy in the Sukkah. We had a lot of Emunah that everything is going to be alright. Unfortunately, things were not alright this year for some people. Even for me as well. I was very, very ill. You know, there were some doctors that they think that my family didn't tell me, but I knew later, really, I was in danger. I was really, really in danger. And Baruch Hashem, thanks God that I am, because I know a lot of people that they pass away and they had less than what I had. And they pass away, I know them. They pass away in the room where I was there, where I was in the hospital during 1 week, unfortunately. One, he was a 39-year-old, and one, he was a 61-year-old. And I know other people. Unfortunately, Baruch Hashem, it was not, for some people, a good year, but still, we have Emunah HaKadosh Baruch Hu. From where we got that Emunah, from Abraham Avinu. Abraham, Yitzhak, Yaakov, Moshe, Aaron, Yosef, David, the guest of honor of the Sukkah. Abraham Avinu, all the problems that he had in his life, never he said, why to Hashem? My friend, when Yitzhak Avinu was sacrificed, not only Yitzhak Avinu was sacrificed, well, all the Jewish people that is supposed to come from Yitzhak Avinu, they were sacrificed too with him. So, Baruch Hashem, this is why the Jewish people, they are willing to give their life for Hashem. Why? Because they have a big emunah on HaKadosh Baruch Hu. This is our heritage from Abraham, Yitzhak, Yaakov. What it is the difference between Abraham Avinu and Jeff and Clara and Janet and Isaac? The difference between you and Abraham Avinu, Hashem, he tested him to sacrifice Isaac. It was hard for him, but he did it with no problem. But after Hashem told him to stop, don't do it. And Abraham Avinu, he said to Hashem, why you told me to do it? And now you tell me don't do it. He said, well, I wanted to test you. So Abraham said to Hashem, but you know that I'll do it with happiness. He said, I know that you will do it, but I want the generation to come to know exactly what you did. That's why I told you to do it, so they can learn from you to give their life for my name. What is the difference between you and Abraham? Abraham, at the end, the test would stop. But unfortunately, the test that all of us we had during 3 weeks, we did not know where is she. Of course, we knew, but we couldn't admit that she's not here anymore. That was a big test. And still, Baruch Hashem, we did not lose our faith on Hashem. So, somehow, the test that you've been through is stronger than the test that Abraham. Because Abraham, at the end, his son was alive. But unfortunately, the test that we've been through, all of us, it happened that at the end, she was not alive. And Baruch Hashem, we did not lose our emunah. And why? Because we learned that from Abraham, Yitzhak, and Yaakov, etc., etc. So my friend, the holiday of Sukkot, it's a holiday of joy, of our identity. The Torah said, "Basukot tishvu shiv'at yamim kol ha'ezrach b'Yisrael." You have to sit in the sukkah 7 days. Kol ha'ezrach, anyone that he has a Jewish identity, yishvu basukot. Why sukkah? Well, emunah. Sukkah is to sit where emunah that everything is going to be good. There is no guarantee. We don't know what's going to happen this year. But we have emunah that everything is going to be good. This is our emunah on HaKadosh Baruch Hu. This is our emunah on HaKadosh Baruch Hu. And that's why Hashem said, He gave us the holiday of Sukkah. And to be happy with Hashem. To be happy with Him. Well, tonight is the last night of Sukkah. Tomorrow, it's still Sukkah, but tomorrow night, it's Simchat Torah. It's not anymore Sukkot. So, why Simchat Torah after Sukkot? Because after 1.5 months with Hashem, the month of Elul, the Rosh Hashanah, Kippur, Sukkot, so much with Hashem, and now it's the end. Tomorrow night is the end. So Hashem said, it's too much for me. I've got used to you. I want to stay with you. Give me another day. So Hashem, He gives us another day, an extra day. It's called Shmini Hag Atzeret. And that extra day, what do we do in that extra day? And that extra day, we do Simchat Torah. We're happy with Hashem. Thank you, Hashem, that you give us the Torah. And we take the opportunity, the rabbis, don't listen to this, maybe you don't know this, the rabbis, the prophets, they took the opportunity that the last day of Sukkot, it's like Yom Kippur. Like tonight, it's like Yom Kippur and Rosh Hashanah. Tonight and tomorrow. Why the prophets took the opportunity that the last day of Sukkot, that we're supposed to be so happy with Hashem, now it's the end of the holy holidays. Now, why we have to not, tonight we don't sleep, all night we study Torah. The Ashkenazim, tomorrow night, they stay in shul all day, and the Sfaradim, tonight they don't sleep. All night, tonight I have a lot of lectures of Torah. Maybe I have a few tonight. So why the prophets they choose that day? Well, the prophet they choose that day because all the main reason why we do Rosh Hashanah, the month of Elul, Rosh Hashanah and Kippur, is to ask Hashem forgiveness. It's to ask Hashem forgiveness. Now that all those 1 month and a half it's finished by tonight, by tomorrow, so we want to finish as how we started. We started with Teshuvah, so we finish with Teshuvah. We started with praying to Hashem for a good judgment, so we finish with a good judgment. In case that our judgment was not good during Rosh Hashanah, on Kippur, on Sukkot, so now we ask Hashem, please, clearance, Rachmanut, please Hashem, this is the last day. When Hashem see what we're doing, we're doing, Hashem is so happy with us. So Hashem said, you know what? Let's stay together. Let's dance together. Let's add another day. So, what kind of another day? Simchat Torah. Thank you, Hashem, for the Torah that you give us. My friend, that's why tonight we take the opportunity, tonight, Hosha'ana Rabbah. You know, the word Hosha'ana Rabbah, it's big help. Hosha'ana is help. Help, Hashem, Hosha'ana, clemens, Hosha'ana, please, Hashem, do something, forgive us, good year, please, Hosha'ana Rabbah. So we take the opportunity tonight for the Sfaradim and Ashkenazim. We divided the 24 hours, night and day. The Sfaradim, they don't sleep all night. I remember in France, I used to give lectures all night. Even now, I have tonight a lot of lectures. I'm going to travel to Anana, back to Ashdod. I have a big Zoom, international Zoom tonight by 11 o'clock. Israeli time. So it's Hosha'ana Rabbah. We believe that the sky is open tonight. Why the sky is open? Because Hashem, He was with us during 1 month and a half. Now He's back. He's back home. He's back to His place. So the sky are open to welcome Him back. But we do take the opportunity that now that tonight the skies are open, so we go back to from where we started, to do Teshuvah, to pray to HaKadosh Baruch Hu, to have Be'ezat Hashem, a good year, Be'ezat Hashem. And then when Hashem see all this, so HaKadosh Baruch Hu wants us to stay with Him another 24 hours. Simchat Torah. Yes. So we give Him another day. My friend, I have to tell you something. This holy holiday, you know, I was thinking this is something new that I'm going to tell you. Why we call Sukkot Zman Simchatenu? Why we call Sukkot? Sukkot is the time of our joy, our happiness. Why? We know Sukkot is not easy. Sukkot it's hot here in Israel. Sukkot was very, very hot, and we had to eat in the sukkah. These people sleep in the sukkah. You know, this week it was very, very windy. This week, one night, all the wind blew the Sukkot. People were sleeping in the sukkah, and the sukkah went boom, fly. And now, well, Sukkot is not in France. I remember people in France, in Paris, only few people have Sukkot because people they live in buildings and there is no sukkah. You cannot build sukkah in the street like in Israel. You can build a sukkah in the street. It's not easy in France. And I remember I used to see people going to the sukkah with the food in their hand in the rain. So sukkah it's not so comfortable. because in the house you have everything, all what you need you have in the house. You have the kitchen, you have the salon, you have whatever you want. You have the, now, if you go to sukkah, you have to take everything to sukkah. How can we call this the sukkah? It's joy, happiness. You know why, my friend? I think we are happy for the end. It's like, I give you an example. It's like somebody that you want to get married, and he has 7 days left to get married. And he's so excited, everything. So he's happy. He's happy. So all the happiness of the 7 days for the day that he's going to get married. So all the happiness that we have now, during the 7 days of Sukkot, it's only for the day of Simchat Torah. That means that we show to Hashem our excitement. We show to Hashem our love during Sukkot, because we know after Sukkot, Hashem is going to tell us, well, stay with me one day, one more day, let's dance, and because of Simchat Torah, so already we are happy 7 days before. And I would like to tell you a beautiful question that Rabbi Elhanan Wasserman, he was the student of the Chafetz Chaim. He was a big tzaddik. He was killed by the German with all his yeshiva. And one day Rabbi Elhanan Wasserman, he asked a question. He said, I don't understand. When we do a aliyah, when somebody they give him a aliyah to the Torah, he give a bracha. Baruch ata Hashem Elokeinu, Hashem natan lanu et Torato. Bless Hashem who gave us the Torah, the real Torah. And then, after the reading of the Torah, again, he repeats, Hashem natan lanu Torato. Thank you, Hashem, that you give us the Torah. So he asks a question, why we have to repeat twice? Thank you, Hashem, that you give us the Torah. Why not only once? When we go to the Torah, Baruch ata Hashem, we bless Hashem for the Torah He gave us. But why again, after the lecture of the Torah, we do repeat again, thank you, Hashem, that for the Torah that you give us? You don't understand what. It's a beautiful question. You know what answer he gave? He gave a beautiful answer. Rabbi Elhanan Wasserman. He said, because when they call me and they give me a aliyah to the Torah, so I say, thank you, Hashem, for the Torah that you give me. But without, it's like you give a present to your wife, but you don't tell your wife what present you give her. It's surprise. So when she receives the gift, she's happy. Thank you, my husband. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. And when she opens the present, and she sees their beautiful diamond ring, big one. So her happiness, it's more than the first one. Wow, thank you, thank you. The second thank you is more important than the first thank you. The first thank you is only for the gift that she received. And she don't know what's inside. But once she sees what's inside, her happiness is a million times more. So this is the answer Elhanan Wasserman said. When they give us a aliyah of the Torah, take action for the Torah that you give me. But once we are studying the Torah, once we are reading, the Shaliach Tzibur is reading the Torah, and we realize the gift that Hashem gave us, so we repeat again more and more, thank you that you choose us, thank you for the Torah that you give us. So our thanks to Hashem is more. My friend, I think this is the same with Simchat Torah. My friend, there is Matan Torah and there is Simchat Torah. And I wanted to ask you, Mr. Isaac, one question. Just listen to the question, Mitchell, Madame, just a beautiful question. What it is the best? Matan Torah that on Shavuot or Simchat Torah? Matan Torah on Shavuot is, I don't understand. Why we don't do Simchat Torah on Matan Torah? Why on Shavuot we don't do Simchat Torah? Why Simchat Torah we do it about 6 months later? The answer is because Matan Torah is a gift that we receive from Hashem. We did not open it yet. We say thank you to Hashem. Hashem B'Harbanu. Thank you Hashem that you choose us. Thank you Hashem for the Torah. But we did not have the experience to do it. So we have 6 months. And during the 6 months, when we do the Torah mitzvot, and Simchat Torah come, so our happiness is more. So for the Matan Torah, there is no happiness. Thank you for the gift. But when we realize what it is the Torah, once we've been through Rosh Hashanah, the judgment, Kippur, the forgiveness, and Sukkot, that we are sitting in the Sukkah with Hashem, and we are excited for all what Hashem will give us during the year, and our emunah is stronger, so our simcha, our joy is fabulous, is fantastic. So that's why in Simchat Torah we are happy more than Matan Torah, because in Simchat Torah we realize the gift that Hashem gives us. You know, my friend, Rabbi Elchanan bar Saman, alav shalom, before he passed away, before the German killed him, his son, he gave him a present, a beautiful present, a beautiful shoes. And he told his father, Papa, this is the shoes that at least before we pass away, before the German kill us, I want to give you this as a thank you for all the teaching, the Torah that you teach me, and I want to give you these shoes. And his father, he kissed his son, and he wore them. After a few minutes, he took them away from his foot. So his son told him, Papa, why you took the new shoes that I gave you? He told him, because I prefer the old shoes. Because the old shoes, they are more comfortable than those one. And those one, they are a little bit tight. And that don't give me satisfaction, that give me a little bit, it hurt a little bit my feet. So I'm not my consultation with the Torah is not perfect. So thank you very much. Anyway, you did the mitzvah to give me the shoes, but I prefer the old shoes that I was there comfortable. I don't want to do any bitul Torah. I don't want that before I pass away, before we die for Hashem, I don't want Hasbi Shalom that I will miss a few minutes from my thinking of Hashem. It's incredible. There was a big rabbi that he was very, very ill. So they came to the Chafetz Chaim, all his friends, and they told the Chafetz Chaim, Rabbi, we decided to give a gift from our life to our friend. And if you can give us a bracha, that what we give him, Hashem will accept, because he's gonna die, and we don't want him to die. He's young. We want him to live. So there were about 20 friends. One he gave 6 months of his life. Each one he gave 1 year, 2 years. And then they asked the Chafetz Chaim, Rabbi, what can you do for your student, that you loved him like your son? How much of your life can you give him? And the Chafetz Chaim started to think. He said, well, I give him a minute of my life. They told him, Rabbi, you give him 1 minute? 1 minute? So the rabbi, the Chafetz Chaim said, you know what it is, a minute of Torah? A minute to be connected to Hashem. On 1 minute, a big rasha, a big bad man, that he did all his life bad things, on 1 minute that he do teshuvah, he come back to Hashem, and he ask Hashem forgiveness in 1 minute, all the sin that he did, they become mitzvot. On 1 minute, a man can be a tzaddik. From Rasha to be a tzaddik. So 1 minute is too much. You know what it is, 1 minute of Torah? You know what it is, 1 minute Unfortunately, people don't value minutes, hours, and they waste their life. We don't waste our life because we have emunah with all the problems that we have today, with all the tested that will be tested in our life, especially this year. And Baruch Hashem, thanks God, our emunah is still stronger on Hashem. So in each minute of our emunah on Hashem, it's not calculable. We cannot count it. We do a mitzvah. We don't know the price of the mitzvah. Only Hashem knows the price of the mitzvah. We think a mitzvah, it's something, well, we did this, that's it. No. You know, my friends, living with what happened and not losing emunah and accept what Hashem did, there is no price to that for life. There is no price for that. So this is Rosh Hashanah Rabbah. Rosh Hashanah Rabbah tonight and tomorrow, if we did miss something this year, that we forgot about it. So tonight we ask Hashem help. Help for, what about Rosh Hashanah and Kippur? Maybe why they are not, maybe on Rosh Hashanah and Kippur we did few things that they were very, very bad, that even Rosh Hashanah and Kippur cannot forgive them. But Rosh Hashanah Rabbah forget everything. Why? Because Rosh Hashanah Rabbah, it's the day that we're supposed to be happy. Because it's among the days of Sukkot. And we have to be happy 7 days in Sukkah. And the state of being happy on Sukkot, the last day, we do a big teshuvah. We say to Hashem, and then, you know what Hashem he did? This is the last minute that I talk to you. Hashem he said, hey sir, I give you 7 days of happiness. And you took the last day of Sukkot, you transfer it like Rosh Hashanah and Kippur. Well, I will give you back the day that you missed of happiness, Simchat Torah. So that means we did not lose the day of happiness of Sukkot. The contrary, we gain another day. We finish in beauty Sukkot with Simcha, with Simchat Torah. So the 7 days remain 7 days of happiness. We took 1 day from the 7 days and we transfer it like Rosh Hashanah and Kippur. Then Hashem said, I'll give you 1 more day of happiness and joy. So you did not lose nothing, we gained everything. And Be'ezrat Hashem for the whole year. I would like to wish you bracha v'atzlacha and bריאות. And Be'ezrat Hashem, Deborah bat Clara should be the best of her place in Gan Eden, with all the women, Tzadkaniyot, Sarah, Rivka, Rachel, Leah, Devorah, Nevi'ah, and of course Tzipporah, Miriam, Bilhah, Zilpah, and all the women, Tzadkaniyot, my grandmother, my mother. I'm sure our connection between us remain the connection between Deborah and my mother, and all, and of course the mother of Isaac, and all your family that passed away long time ago, that they are in Gan Eden. God bless you. Thank you.